Hi guys, thank you very much for joining me for this tarot read. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get started. You'll have to excuse me, I'm still getting over a cold here. I'll let you guys know too, this is going to be a general read, so it may or may not resonate with you. That's just fine, guys. You're going to know if this message is meant for you because it's just going to feel right. Also, we are going to draw an energy card at the end of this read too. And I am using the numerology deck, so you might want to pay close attention to the numbers because the numbers might have some significance for you. Let's see, nature, self-love, spiritual partnership. So I do feel that there was two energies that were deeply connected. I feel like they're starting to pull away though. I feel this sense of like pulling away of these two people. Do you have rebirth? And I do feel that somebody, like with this pulling away, somebody has moved in a more positive direction. I do feel like somebody's sort of come into the self-love, somebody's starting a new chapter of their life. It's kind of like light and dark. Like I see somebody moving in a very positive way, but then I see the other half of this and it is very much not. I see it going in a darker direction. And I feel like it was toxic when these two energies were together, and it was because one side was sort of moving in a darker way already, and it was like somebody was being affected by that, like they couldn't do it anymore. There was no balance in this relationship, and like I said, it was because one energy was moving in a darker way. Yeah, and that's what I was feeling, that these two energies came apart, like a parting of ways, and it was like almost like somebody had to do it to be able to sort of like save themselves, kind of like save their own well-being, to look after their own self. It's like they didn't want to get dragged down with this person because this person didn't look like they were changing. They didn't look like they were finding any kind of an insight or an aha moment. They were just sort of like downward spiral. Like this person was in a real downward spiral. I feel like somebody tried to help them for a long time too. Like there was this patience, there was this love. Someone's trying to be like, why can't you see what you're doing? Why can't you see that you're moving in this negative way? Somebody really tried to make them see, because they did want a happy ending with them. They wanted a forever with this person. This was someone they emotionally invested in. It was someone they deeply cared about. But it's like this person couldn't see that. This person moving in a darker way is so lost in their own demons. And like I said, like downward spiral. I keep getting like this dark downward spiral is where this person's going. And somebody was like, I have to cut loose to save myself. I got to walk away from whatever this is. As like they tried to help them. This teaching and learning, like they tried to help them out. They tried to help them get their shit together. They tried to help them sort of find perspective, to see the light, to find health. And somebody just was not willing to learn. They weren't willing to listen. They weren't willing to learn. No self-discipline, like no self-control. Moderation. This is addiction. This is this dark downward spiral. Somebody was lost in addiction. I do feel like it's speaking to either drugs or alcohol. I feel like it's probably more drugs, because I get like this sort of like this street vibe. So it's not something you would buy in a store. It's something that's sort of a little bit more like sort of like dark back alley kind of deals, because I see like somebody's moving to the dark side of things. And it's like I do feel like homelessness is going to be a part of this person's life, because this is a downward spiral that I can see even in this read. This person has not hit rock bottom yet. Like this person is continuing to spiral even after these people parted ways. It's like that wasn't even enough. That loss of this connection wasn't even enough to shake this person awake, to shake them out of what they were doing. But again, with this teaching and learning, this parenting, somebody felt like they were having to like constantly try to look after them, having to parent them, having to tell them what to do, trying to keep them out of trouble. And they were just like actively going out of their way to seek out trouble, to get into more trouble. And it is because of this addiction. Like they are completely lost in this addiction. As person, there is no reasoning with them. There is like zero common sense, because this person is completely lost in this. Forgiveness. You know what? And this is, I see that this is something that someone is really struggling with. I do see that there's still anger. There's still resentment. There's still hurt. That's what it all stems from. It stems from hurt. That I feel like somebody chose that this person they cared about, they feel like this person that they cared about chose addiction over them. So I feel like there's a lot of emotions that go along with this. There is anger, there is resentment, but all of it stems from hurt, feeling like they're hurt. And this forgiveness is about sort of being able to let that go and move on. Not easy though. It is not an easy task. Manifestation. You know, this person who's lost in this addiction, like I said, and I can feel this in the cards, this person has not hit rock bottom yet. Downward spiral, like really hardcore downward spiral. That's why I was feeling like homelessness is going to be a reality to this person. There's going to be some pretty big hits before this person hits their bottom, if they hit their bottom. And it's like, this is what they're manifesting for themselves. They're losing those connections with others, those very caring connections, because whoever stepped away from them, this was someone who loved them a whole big bunch. This is somebody who really wanted to help, like genuinely wanted to help. If they would have done something to be like, holy crap, I got to get my life together. Even if it was a rough and rocky road, this person I feel like would have stood by them in the journey, watching them sort of slowly get better. As long as they could see progress, this person would have stood by their side. But like, they are so lost in this addiction. This person is so lost. I feel like whoever it is who had to let them go, like there's still love there. That doesn't mean that, you know, this relationship would ever mend or get back together or whatever this is, but there's still that place in somebody's heart for this person who is lost in addiction. I don't feel like that's going to change. I do feel like that person is very caring. That person is very caring. They're very giving. They're very kind. This compassion card belongs to the person who tried to help. The person who had to finally cut ties and move away. I feel like that really hurt their heart to have to do that in the end, to have to walk away from this connection. That's like, it's like they almost felt like they failed this person somehow, or they should have been able to help them. And like mixed emotions, mega mixed emotions, because there is that anger, that hurt, the resentment. But then I also feel like there's guilt that they couldn't help them or make them listen. I feel like this person's going through their whole own healing journey because of what they've been through with this addict. I feel like this person has completely given up control to their addiction too. Like, I don't know that there is, at this point in time, this very point in time we're doing this reading, getting clean is not even almost on this person's mind. Not even almost. They are nowhere near getting clean. They're also nowhere near hitting rock bottom. I feel like their journey still has quite a ways to go. Like I said, very serious consequences as sort of wait for them on this journey that they're on. Do you have change too? You know, and it's like this person, they're just lost in their addiction. They couldn't see their way out. I feel like somebody put in a lot of time, a lot of effort into this relationship, this compassion person, trying to be able to bring healing forward, trying to help this person to see the light, to get their shit together, to move in a positive way. They put so much effort and time. I feel like years. Like this relationship these people were together for years. This relationship existed for years. And I also feel like this downward spiral was going on for quite a while before somebody finally had to cut ties and move away. Kind of like I said, like for their own health, their own well-being, their own sanity. It's like they couldn't live like this anymore. They couldn't live in I feel like there was illegal things too, beyond just the drugs. Like, I don't know if there was theft. There was something else going on that this person was doing in their downward spiral as part of their addiction. It was sort of like goes along with the addiction, and it was illegal things. And it was like this person's like, I can't have this shit in my home. I can't be around this. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to lose my life. I don't want to lose my livelihood. I need to move away. I need to move away from this. And okay, and that would make a lot of sense, is this addict may have even been pawning their things or stealing their things to pawn for money for drugs. As I feel like financially, this addict was on the path to financially ruining this person they were with. And that was part of having to sever ties and kick them out. It was like survival. I was like, I can't afford for you to take my entire life away, everything that I've worked for, and to piss it away on drugs and destroy it. And it was not an easy choice to make because, like I said, the heart's involved. Nothing's easy, or, sometimes it doesn't even make sense to, where the heart's involved with your feelings sort of conflicting with logic. That's just the way it goes. But I feel like somebody had to do this for themselves. They had to do this for themselves to be able to start healing, to find healthiness, to survive. This was like a process for them to sort of step away and heal themselves. And I feel like that journey is not over. Somebody is still healing. I feel they still have compassion. They still have hope that this addict will change. They still have a love in their heart for them. I'm not saying that, this is a connection that can mend. If this addict got healthy, that might be over, said and done, never to be revisited again. But there will always be a place in this person's heart for that addict because they did have a bond. They had a bond that was built over years. Yeah, this person had to do what was right for them. Damn, this was not easy though. I could see it in the cards. This Eight of Swords is like feeling really trapped in these emotions. Being very conflicted, very confused. I feel fear as well. And it is because of some of the things this addict was doing that was illegal. And like I said, like taking their stuff, pawning it, selling it. There were people that they were hanging out with too, and maybe owed money to. Because I feel fear, like fear of people coming to the house, fear of, banging on the door, breaking into the house, people entering the house. I feel like a deep fear. So this person who is living with the addict was afraid of things like this happening. And it was because of this addict's behavior. It was because of the people they hung out with. It was because of the choices that they made. I see owed money. So they owed money to people as part of their addiction. And maybe getting drugs fronted to them, I'm not entirely sure, but it wound up so that they owed people money, and this person lived in fear, and they were like I can't have this, I can't live like this, I can't risk, these kinds of people coming into my house, at any given time somebody could break in and wreck my house. Like, they felt like they were in danger, and they had to sever ties. This King of Swords too. I'm going to grab a couple more. Okay, that would make sense. So this King of Swords, a lot of times, he's somebody who's not very emotional. He's somebody who sort of deals in facts. Depending on the energy that comes off, if he can be somebody who's really honest and upfront and sort of has integrity, a lot of integrity. Sometimes if he has a negative vibe, he can be the opposite. I feel him completely removed from the situation. Like nothing emotionally invested. So he is neither the addict nor the person who is living with the addict. He is someone outside of the situation. I do feel like he refers to law enforcement. He refers to legality. I do feel like a restraining order happened here. After this person severed ties with this addict, I feel like they got some sort of a restraining order or something to keep this person from coming back to their property. It was something legal in place to protect themselves because they were worried about not just the addict coming back to their house, but people associated with that addict who maybe didn't realize they weren't there anymore, coming back to stir up trouble. So I do believe that this person actually had to involve the law when they severed this tie. I feel a lot of fear again in this Two of Pentacles, and the Two of Pentacles is like juggling. It's like balance. I get pulled back to the Eight of Swords. It was like just waiting for something crazy to happen, waiting for people to come kicking down their door, just waiting for something scary to happen. They really couldn't handle this anymore. They couldn't live like it anymore. No matter how much they tried to help this addict was not open to help. This addict was not open to change, to healing, to healthiness, to moving forward. And it was just burdens. This addict was placing burdens on the person that they were with their behavior, the people they were associated with. They just brought all kinds of fears, all kinds of worries, all kinds of heaviness and darkness down on this person's life. And this person is like pretty honest. This person is a pretty stand-up person who stuck with them for a long time, trying to help, trying to make it better. They don't live their life in an illegal way. They don't do shit they shouldn't be doing. Whoever this was who who tried to help this addict for so long, who had this bond with them, this person lives a good, honest life. They moved through life with honesty and integrity. And it was like they couldn't handle this kind of crap hanging over their heads. They didn't want to be involved in this. It was like it was totally alien to them. And they didn't want nothing to do with this kind of world. The Seven of Swords. And this was part of the addiction too. Lies, deceit, theft. This Seven of Swords can actually indicate theft. And I do believe that that was real. That was a real thing that happened here, that the addict was stealing from this person, stealing maybe mutual belongings or belongings to this person and pawning them for money or using them to pay off debts. And somebody is trying to move on. They're trying to move on from this relationship that they had with this addict after they severed this tie, trying to heal from the past and move forward. But that tie still exists. It's like this person is still in their heart. They're still sorting through the emotions. And I keep getting conflicting emotions. There's still love there. There's still worry for the safety, the well-being of this addict. But at the same time, they're angry and they're hurt and they're resentful. I feel like someone is so conflicted about how they're feeling about the situation. So they're struggling to heal too. They're struggling to move on with this new chapter of their life. That Six of Cups is a blast from the past card. It can represent someone or something from your past coming back into your life. It can also represent learning lessons from your past. And I do feel like it's speaking to this addict needs to figure their shit out and learn lessons. And it's not just with their behavior, sort of like this downward spiral and how, if you do this, you're going to get this. And if you keep doing the same thing, you're going to keep getting the same results. But it's also like recognizing mistakes from the past. So recognizing how all of these choices that they've been making have affected this beautiful connection that they had close to them and caused it to sever, caused it to come apart. They've now lost this person in their life. And I feel like before they sort of went down this road, sort of this downward spiral, getting involved with this, I do feel like they had this like King of Pentacles energy. When I say that, this King of Pentacles, he's usually somebody who's caring, who's generous, who's kind. He has a level of success to him. He feels confident and comfortable in his own skin. I feel like this person had that. Feel like they had that. They had this level of King of Pentacles energy where they had this level of success in their life. They had a good connection. They might have had a good job too. But it was like giving into whatever this was. It just like flushed all of that down the toilet. Giving into this addiction. It's like everything, all these beautiful things that they had are now in the past. I just keep getting downward, like downward spiral. And it's really dark. Nine of Pentacles too. Yeah, I feel like they had a really good life. I feel like this person had a good life. They had a good connection. They might have good family. Like they had a decent job. They didn't live a horrible life. But making this choice, getting involved with drugs, and I do feel that it was drugs, like street drugs. It was hard drugs. It's like all of that just went to shit. They just flushed it down the toilet. It's like this Five of Swords. This Five of Swords is about selfish, short-won victories. This is like this person, for this short time little high, they screwed themselves over in the long run, right? They destroyed connections with other people. They destroyed other areas of their life. They're putting their health at risk. They're putting their safety at risk and the safety of others around them. And yes, this has been going on for a very long time. And there's more to go. There's more to go. This is not going to change in the next couple of days. This person has a journey that's going to continue. I do feel that at some point, the law will get involved. This may be their rock bottom. We'll pull a few more cards, but they will wind up having to face something with the law. And it is a result of what they're doing. They might still be stealing, maybe just not from this person. They might sort of be looking at other avenues, because I do see this person has become comfortable with theft as to feed their addiction, as part of a way to feed their addiction, because they don't hold down a job. Whoever this is does not have a job at all. And this theft that they're doing, this is how they're feeding their addiction, how they're existing, and it's only a matter of time before the law catches up with them. Meanwhile, this Queen of Cups is trying to heal. This Queen of Cups, this is the energy of the person who was bonded to them. In this, I feel like emotional support. I feel somebody who's like a soft place to fall. This is what they tried to be for this person. Tried to be patient. They tried to be understanding. Like I said, they tried to be emotionally supportive. And this person thought, if I'm just kind enough, if I'm just loving enough, maybe they'll be able to see the light. Maybe this King of Pentacles used to be energy will be able to come back to me. Maybe they're going to understand what they did and they can get their shit together and they can get clean. The Moon is like secrets that need to be revealed, or secrets that do get revealed. It also speaks to the subconscious. This person who's using is using for a reason. And it might be a reason that they don't even understand themselves, something that's buried in their subconscious. And this is a way of sort of bringing themselves some kind of relief in the moment. So maybe they don't have to think about something, or they don't have to feel about something. This is what the Moon card represents. It represents that reason that this person is using. I do feel that this is part of what this Queen of Cups just can't seem to figure out. Why? Why? What is the reason behind this? And maybe she'll find out, maybe she won't. For her, she's going to have to find closure on her own. This is a healing journey for her as well. This person is just going to keep, like I said, spiraling down, spiraling down, spiraling down until they hit the law. Until they hit the law. I feel like when they hit the law, there's a possibility of a turning point. You know, if they get taken away from the situation, physically removed, you know, maybe going to jail, whatever this is, there may be an opportunity for this person to get sober and to maybe do a bit of thinking. But as long as they're able to keep feeding this addiction, I don't see any kind of epiphany. But this Queen of Cups, she is trying to move on. She's trying to move forward. She's trying to heal. She's trying to forgive for herself, not for this person, right? So that she can move on with her life. She can start sort of like a new beginning, a new cycle of abundance. But definitely there's still a lot to go, and I feel like she's really stuck on why. She's really stuck on why. At the end of the day, it's like this is her biggest roadblock. Why did this person do this? I feel like she feels like they chose drugs over her. Even everything that she did to try and help this person out, to try and love them, all the history that they had together. She's just like, why did you throw all of that away for street drugs? Like, she doesn't understand. And this is her biggest hurdle at this point in time in moving forward in her healing journey. And it's something that she needs to accept, that it had nothing to do with her. It had nothing to do with her. This is something in his subconscious. This is something that maybe happened to him sometime in life. Something, emotions, or a memory that he is trying to bury and he doesn't want to deal with. This is why he's doing it. It has nothing to do with her, and she can't fix him. She needs to understand that's not her job to fix him, and she can't fix him. She can't control his choices. She can't control his actions, his willingness to look at this Moon card, to look within himself, to look within his subconscious, and really, truly get his shit together. Look at his shit like that raw shadow work. I mean, it's not comfortable to do, and he's using drugs to run from it. It has nothing to do with her though. And this is her biggest thing. She's like, why? Just why? The Page of Pentacles represents learning. He is still a page. He's a very immature energy. I feel like there's the potential for this person to, like I said, do some figuring out, but not until they hit this justice. Because as long as they have the ability to keep going in this downward spiral, they're out there, they're on the street, they're doing stealing, whatever they're doing, they're still gaining access to drugs. This downward spiral is just going to continue. This is a journey over time, and it's a journey that this person has to take by themselves. She can't fix this. She can't make it right. It's not within her power to do that. Her biggest priority now is to heal herself, not blame herself, find some sort of inner peace within herself and some understanding so that she can have that emotional victory. She can have that healing, that new beginning, and start moving forward. We're going to grab one of these Moonology cards. So this is going to be our energy card for the read. We had two pop up. So we'll use both of them. Release your blocks, talk less, feel more. Okay, this release your blocks. This is for this queen. This level of acceptance. And Scorpio is a water sign. Water signs are typically very emotional as well. This is like being able to dig deep into those emotions, being able to find that forgiveness in her heart, being able to recognize that it's not her fault. There's nothing that she did to make this happen, and there's nothing that she could do to fix it. Not owning that. There's a need to not own his behavior, to not own his choices, and to just look after herself in moving forward. Talk less, feel more. This is his card. This used to be King of Pentacles card. Like, it is time to get in touch with your shit, buddy. It is time to get clean. It's time to get sober. It's time to look into that moon card and really dig deep into that subconscious and figure out the root of why all of this started. And once this used to be King of Pentacles can do that, there's a chance that he can start moving forward. There's a chance that he can process whatever this is, whether this is memories, whether this is emotions, both, whatever it is, and to start to move on to the next level and getting healthy. But like I said, his process, his journey, this is going to be a long one, and it won't get to a point where this becomes possible until he hits this wall of justice. This is going to be his opportunity for a turning point. Not necessarily the turning point, but the opportunity for the turning point. Alrighty guys, I hope that you enjoyed that read. If you did, if you enjoyed it, if it resonated with you, please hit that like button, that subscribe. It definitely helps the channel out. Have a great day guys. Take care.